What's up, boys and girls? It's Tate Morgan with the Gambler 500, and we are getting close to showtime, so I figured I'd jump on here, talk about a few things, that important stuff that's going to go on here for 2026. So thanks, everybody, for being part of literally the 10th of the big show, the 10th anniversary of the big show. Of course, we had 3 years before that when it was just our little event for a few handful of my friends. And we never meant for it to blow up. We did not ask for this or try for this. It just kind of happened. So, but we're glad that we did. We're glad that you're with us, boys and girls. I just want to go through a few housekeeping things. Talk about the changes that we've made, things we may change back, things that we don't know we need to quite change yet. We're learning along with you. So the big change is that we moved up to the big, I wouldn't say grass, it's like a straw field that's cut down, but it won't be dusty. We did that obviously to cut down the dust. Can't moo dust while somewhat feral. We want to avoid, maybe have a few less cases of pink eye this year. So least dusty gambler probably ever at this point. We've got a nice big old 60-acre parcel right there, squeezed in between the airport and the golf course. If you guys are interested in golfing, make sure you call down to the golf course there in Madras and get yourself a tee time during the Gambler 500 there. So, I don't know, just bring a wedge or play the whole course with your putter. Really, lean into the gambling thing. Gates open like 9 or 10 on Friday. I forget, but it doesn't really matter anyways. I don't even like it when people come on Friday, to be honest. It used to only be Saturday and Sunday, and I added Friday for the people who were coming out of town. And then people started showing up on Thursday. But anyways, if you're showing up Friday, welcome. Great. If you're a volunteer, I love it. The gate is not open. No one can come in except for our volunteers. On Thursday, we're setting up for Hoopty Cross. Yes, the return of Hoopty Cross. Some changes with that this year. We're doing heads-up bracket-style racing. So 2 cars on track at a time. Whoever loses the race will get in the loser lane, and they'll face off against another loser, and the winner's winners, and then that'll go on. So you will lose one of the dub race, and you'll get in the loser line, and then you'll go back to the winning line, and it'll be a lot of fun. So thanks to Alex and Russell and the Nelsons and everybody that's helping along with that one. So all the information that Madras Part Due, the City Slickers post on gambler500.com, that's a living document. I update this sucker pretty constantly. So if you go there to find, if you still want to sign up to volunteer, you can. All the little rules, really, of course, everyone knows the only rule is don't be a dick. But apparently when you run an event that hosts 5,000 to 6,000 people every year, you have to expand on that. Don't love it. Camp shenanigans. Every single year, everyone talks me into letting things slide as far as party laps and all those sorts of things. And we'll let it go till it gets till a certain height, then we shut it down. But every single year, someone falls off, someone gets hurt, and you prove yourself wrong. And you prove that I can't trust you. We cannot do party laps, can't ride around on top of cars, because every single time someone falls off, goes to the hospital, gets really hurt, I had to pay an extra $6,000 to the city of Madras this year to add another shift of EMTs and stuff, just because the amount of boo-boos we had. And yes, one of them last year was falling off the top of a car, as well as a burnt-up car out on Grizzly. Whoever had that Lincoln Mark 8, thanks for letting us know that burnt to the ground in the middle of the night. That would have been nice, but whatever. Shit happens. But here we are. So Friday and Saturday, we'll have Hoopty Cross, and then at 2 o'clock we've got 2 o'clock. We've got mini bike racing, thanks to the WAG crew for hosting that, and then go-kart racing from 4 to 6 o'clock. So bring your go-kart. You just need a helmet and a decent enough roll cage. 212 or smaller if you want to compete. Bring your bigger cart if you just will. We'll make up a class for you. Let's have some fun. And then, of course, music starts. Thank you, Eddie, for grabbing the torch this year and picking up. Unfortunately, Shane had some circumstances where he could not be with us this year, but Eddie picked it up, and looking like he's knocking it out of the park for us. So thank you, Eddie, and all the bands and everybody who makes it such a special event. I know it's hard for me to share a lot of the music stuff leading up to the event, but it is really the heart and soul of the evening. So thank you for everyone who makes that happen. Okay, so hopefully all your routes and stuff are on Gambler 500. I would say first and foremost, the Sons of Smokey, the Smokey's Gambit. That is the meat and potatoes of what this thing is all about, and it's fun. This concept, if you want to go hit every single the same waypoints along with everybody else sucking dust, having the same adventure as someone else, or at least a similar one, do it. Madras Meander. It's just a little kiddie pool, or a walk around Madras. You get up high, you get to see some views, a little bit of dirt here and there, some swimming holes. Takes you down to Lake Samatustis, as well as Haystack Reservoir. Both super dope, both super fun. And then also takes you through, I believe, Beetle Bailey's burger joint, and then the Desert Inn, which I tell you what is full of a bunch of characters and fantastic people. So go check out the Desert Inn while you're in town. Speaking of places to go eat, drink, and be merry, hook up with other gamblers, we've got 2 places in the city of Madras that we're highlighting. That being said, go out and stay. That being said, some of the hotels have vacancies, by the way. You can still snag a hotel in Madras because a lot of people have canceled them because of other events and weather and stuff that's going on there. Speaking of weather, it's not going to be as hot and as dry and scary for fire season. So that's a huge awesomeness. That said, it's going to be a little chillier and a little bit wetter. Bring your raincoat. We're gamblers. This is the best news I have heard in months, to be honest with you. I was terrified of forest fires. One of the reasons why we moved. That being said, rolling back to the city of Madras. Right next to us, we have New Basin Distilling. Rick down there has been a huge proponent of the Gambler and a huge proponent of everyone that's coming to town. He's actually a big part of us getting a place last year, and so it's nice that we're just like less than a half mile, it's like 0.3 miles from camp to a spot you can walk, you can drive, whatever. They've got beers, sodas, obviously whiskey on tap, and then they've got whiskey pie, which they also run right next door. So go check it out. He'll have specials for gamblers. And then in downtown Madras, the spot, Andre, such a cool dude. Him and I just started jamming. We were down there doing some recon, talking about a bunch of stuff. Super nice guy. Then he found out what we were in town for, and he's rolled out the red carpet for us. So I think $2 off of domestics, and then some off craft beer, $1 off craft beers with your gambler bracelet, as well as like free chips and salsa. So he's a great dude. They've got all sorts of fun like patio games and stuff there. It's 2 levels. It's a freaking great place. We are amped about it. But getting back to the route options, the Madras Meander, fun for just a couple hours. You could also just pick a couple of those things out, go do them. The Temalo Pipeline, coming back for this year, I was trying to find ways to get people out of the scary fire area if you were just going to go blast around. Now that the rain's coming, we're a little less worried about fire. The Temalo Pipeline is still super dope. If anybody wants to go hit the rev limiter outside of Overland Expo, this would be the way to do it. So you bop up basically out to Klein, I believe it's Klein Butte OHV. All the details are there on the Madras Part Due, and then you follow this cool road. There's lots of cool places to screw around. It's OHV. You're allowed to go do cookies and donuts and shred out there. Just stay on trail. Do not vary off trail. And then it takes you the back way into the Temalo food trucks, which are super cool, a bunch of nice people, and it's always fun to roll in with a crew of gamblers, or even just by yourself, and everyone's like, dude, are you part of that crazy thing that's going on? And everybody wants to ask you questions about it, talk about your dumb car and all that sort of fun jazz. And then from there, drive into the parking lot of the Overland Expo, bang some revies out there, say what up to Snorkel Dorks, and I say that in a really nice way. Not everyone understands that we're very self-deprecating people. We make fun of ourselves. So we've it's okay to make fun of other people in a fun, respectful way. This meandering conversation is brought to you by Monster Energy, specifically at the Bad Apple. Now, this looks like kind of a trashy can. It's not something I would usually be caught drinking, but it actually tastes like apple cider. I was very surprised by how good that was. But they will also be back in Gambler Town handing out monsters again this year. So thanks to the Monster crew. Speaking of monsters, the Devil's Butthole. Someone terrified me the other day when they said, Tate, my buddy's going to try it in the crawler. You don't need a capable vehicle to do the Devil's Butthole. Every course that's out here is built for Toyota Corollas. It is hard because it's really long and far, and it's tough for a Toyota Corolla. So bring a couple spare tires, lots of water, food, snacks, radios, cell phones, and your swim trunks. You got Anna's Reservoir on there. First thing you hit is Hole in the Ground, Fort Rock, Nice little hike right there. Nice, you can hike in all these spots. Just get out, stretch your legs. Go into the Fort Rock watering hole if you're nearby. Go into the lodge there in Christmas Valley. Bunch of terrific people out there. Find your way up to Crack in the Ground, and don't be afraid of the little half-mile hike it takes to get there. It is worth it. And you go, like, I don't know, it's like 100 feet in the ground, and it's like a 20-degree temperature change from top to bottom. It's absolutely amazing. So check that out. And then you go up north, up through Derrick Ice Cave, and Derrick Ice Cave is just one of the coolest caves in Oregon. And all these things aren't the, the whole like completely hosted experience. So there's no like admission or you don't have to pay to get in. They're all yours. They're public land. They're free for you to go use. There's not very many people out there. This is the sort of stuff that, if you're trying to avoid the masses, if you don't want to go, stand in line at a national park, this is the kind of stuff you want to go see because it's awesome, it's cool, and it's out there. And it's why Oregon rocks, and that's why Gambler will always be here. So the Devil's Butthole. That could take you more than a day. If you do everything there, you may not be back. Even if you left early in the morning, you could be. You could really rip it, but take your time. No one wants to spend 2 nights in Gambler Town. That sounds terrible. It says the guy who has spent like 5 nights in Gambler Town. Okay, so obviously still carry, fire extinguisher, some water, shovel, all that stuff's good. Charged up phone, some radios, yada, yada. All this information, by the way, is back on the Madras Part 2 on gambler500.com. So I have some information out there about the Buck Butte Bash. There's just kind of a cool little side quest on Saturday. Show up anytime between noon and 4 p.m., and there'll be a little surprise up there for you. A little fun, a little cool stuff. So go check it out. And we've got just a cool partner who wanted to do a cool thing on top of a mountain. So go see him. Go find gamblers up there, and we'll get to go. So I've also go check out. There's a bunch of cool stuff going on in town. Like Saturday has the farmers market. There's also the Paiusha down on the Madras or in Warm Springs Reservation. So there's on Saturday, I believe there's also the rodeo, the Warm Springs Rodeo that goes on down there. All sorts of cool stuff. I would definitely go to the. I've got this the Madras events calendar on that same link. That'll take you to everything that's going on. It was provided by the Chamber, and I want to give a shout out to Debbie, Amber, everyone down at the Chamber for doing such an amazing job representing the beautiful city of Madras and all the cool stuff it has to offer. Forever everyone just drives through on their way down to Bend or to get to Sun River or Eagle Crest or whatever. Madras is where it's at. It's an hour closer. You've got the grasslands there. You've also got all sorts of cool happening stuff. So. As always, be kind to each other. Have fun. If it's your first time, don't hesitate to reach out to your neighbor. Ask people for help if you need gasoline or tools or help. Everyone's super amped to help each other out. Thank you as always to O'Reilly Auto Parts, #1, for being our primary sponsor. I should run down the list as far as Casey highlights go. Warren Winches, Milestar Tire, Heatwave Sunglasses. And everybody else that makes this event awesome. And with that, I'll see you. Looking forward to seeing you guys on Friday, Saturday, and then as always, waving goodbye with a big smile on my face Sunday. So, ABG. Love